Hi guys, Beth Harris here, Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. I have a BS in exercise science from Florida State University. I began personal training while I was at Florida State. I've been in the fitness industry for about 10, 12 years. I'm 32 years old. I have 3 certifications. One, CSCS, Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist with the National Strength and Conditioning Association, Health and Fitness Specialist with the American College of Sports Medicine, and Certified Health Coach with American Council on Exercise. Of course, I'm also CPR certified. The reason that I am a health and fitness professional, and this is what I enjoy doing, I also do nutrition counseling and strength coach, working with all different populations from prehab, rehab, older populations to youth, athletes. It really doesn't matter what level you are or where you are. It just matters where you want to go. And that's the awesome thing about fitness and exercise. The human body is such an amazing thing that as long as we want to and we have the drive and the effort and the heart, that we can really change anything with our physical bodies. And it starts here between our ears. I think a lot of the reason why women look at bodybuilding, if you say the word bodybuilding or even strength training or weight training, is that women are afraid of looking like men and bulking up, and that's the number one thing. I just want to tone, I don't want to work out, and not really understanding how the human body works. So I think if we can understand and just educate more people on the physiology of the human body. There's no such thing as toning. You're making yourself stronger. You're modifying, tweaking different components of your workout, like how heavy is the weight, how many repetitions do you do, how long are rest breaks, what training modalities are you using. By manipulating all these different factors, you can get the results that you want. So, as far as the health benefits for strength training and working out, it's really the best anti-aging. Exercise is medicine. ACSM started that campaign, I think, in 2004. Misquote me on that. But we are continually finding out how wonderful strength training is, and there's an association with when someone starts to decline, they start to just slowly get to where they're going to pass away, to die. You see a drop in all the sex hormones, growth hormone. Muscle mass is the reason why metabolism slows down. That's your metabolism. It's what you're feeding your muscle, and you're maintaining other things like skin and organs and all that good stuff. But your muscle keeps you going. It keeps you moving, and the less active you become, the more you lose that. That's not good for anything, any part of your body, emotionally, physically, and all that is tied in together, and it's very important. So, with misconceptions and stereotypes with women, as I mentioned before, don't say toning. You don't tone. You get stronger based on an adaptation, a stimulus you place on your body. So if you want a certain result, you place a certain stimulus. Don't look at it. There is no toning. There's only stronger and weaker. So your muscles is going to build, or it's going to stay the same. You can let your strength capacity, your work output is what it boils down to, and not I'm just going to tone this area a little bit. So if you understand the basis of strength training and weight loss, muscle doesn't turn to fat. They're different tissues. So if you stop working out, you're going to have atrophy, which means you're not using the muscle, so you're going to lose it. And you will also have, if you're consuming more calories than you're expending, you're going to gain weight. Understand that strength training makes it so much easier to keep a lean physique naturally. If I could just get that across to women, is that you've got to strength train, you've got to work out. It makes such a difference. And number 2, with women, we have more of a chance of having osteoporosis or issues with bone density later in life, so it's important that we also continue to load our bones, which strength training also does. My best advice in strength training, bodybuilding, wherever the case may be, with anything, is to dive in. But if you don't know what you're doing, go find somebody who does to help you. There are plenty of programs on with SheLift. There are plenty of trainers out there. Get a hold of somebody, do the research yourself, but know that if you don't get the results you want, you're going to be frustrated, and then you're not, it screws with your head. It's going to take you a little while again to go, you know, I can't, that just doesn't work for me. I cannot tell you how many people have said that to me. I don't work out because that's just not, it doesn't work for me. And that's not true. There's a program out there for everybody. It may be, you know, you love to climb trees all day, so we're gonna get you a strength training program that makes you stronger for climbing trees. But that is, there's something out there for everybody, no matter how different or unique your program is or needs to be. So if you don't know, it's important just not to kind of try to guess, because there's a specific way the body works. And if you understand that, then you can develop a program that is efficient for you and works with your goals and your tolerance for intensity of exercise. When's the best time of day to exercise? It kind of depends on the person, because some people feel better in the morning, some people feel better in the afternoon. You want to think if you exercise late in the evening, it's a little harder to fall asleep because your you know, adrenaline's going, your body's been exercising. But some people I see can just go work out and they completely just fall out. So it depends on the person. I personally like to work out in the morning and to get it done with. But it depends on when you have time for it too, because some of us can't say, okay, this is when I want to work out, it's best for me, we have to go to work. So it just depends, but you definitely want to eat around your training. You want to eat the majority of food around your training, because the training is the stimulus for the adaptation you want to happen. So the changes that you want to make, the training is saying, okay, we're doing this to help make this happen. But if you don't give your body the building blocks it needs to make the adaptation, then you will not see the results that you want. So it's very important. Diet is important with that, to align that with your training. It depends on the person. So it depends on how dedicated are you to your diet, how dedicated are you to your training program. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you continuously pushing yourself every day? It depends, and some people are more motivated than others. The first 3 to 4 weeks, you are not going to be building muscle. You're going to be becoming more coordinated. So your nervous system is becoming more efficient at movement overall, and as that happens, it's going to seem as if you're going to become stronger, and you're going to have maybe more work output, meaning you can push more weight or lift more weight, but you're doing that because you're recruiting more of the muscle, so motor unit recruitment. Whereas I might, if I do a leg extension, I might, the first time I do it, use 40% of my capacity for output for that muscle, and as I do it 3 weeks later, I'm going to be closer to 80 or 90%. Growth is hard. You got to fight for every bit of it. I'm personally a very clean, close to the earth person. You want to get most everything you can from your food, because your food has nutrients. So if you're eating clean, healthy food, it should mostly come from your food. But you also want to think about a multivitamin, branched chain amino acids, BCAAs are important. Glutamine is another one. Fat burners, I use those. Whey protein supplementation, because we're mostly not going to get enough protein from meats. I personally don't like to eat a lot of meat. I think if you eat really clean and you're healthy, then you should be able to, you know, eat a variety of fruits and vegetables and get a lot of that from your food. But BCAAs definitely, glutamine definitely, and then a multivitamin. And if you're training really hard, definitely some extra vitamin C supplementation too. You definitely want them to have the education and the experience, but you also want your trainer to have a nutritional background, and you want them to be able to handle behavior change and modification, because that's something I've learned as a professional that I've really come to understand, is that you can give everybody, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. And that really has hit home for me in my professional career, that I can give everybody the tools that they need, but unless they're ready and they can really, you know, resonate with what I'm giving them, then they won't get anywhere. So find someone that has that skill set, but also find someone that you click with, that motivates you, that you look at them and you go, wow, gosh, they really inspire me. Goal setting is very important, and this goes back to, and if you are finding a trainer, to Find someone who can help you modify your behavior, because if you set goals that are not attainable and they're not reasonable for yourself, then you're gonna fail, and then you're gonna go, okay, do that whole exercise isn't right for me, and set you on this course of negativity towards fitness and exercise. And that's definitely not what you want, because the answer is fitness and exercise. You just need to find a good guide. So if you're trying to do this on your own, sit down and think about very attainable goals, even if they're silly. So if you're planning out your program and you say, okay, I want to train, I can train 5 days a week. I know I can. I'm into this. I'm going to do it, because you know you're going to be highly motivated at the beginning, and then it gets hard and life sets in and you're sore and you can't move and you're tired of the diet and you want a piece of cake. You know, all these different silly things I'm make light of, but it's really serious stuff that happens in life. And for those of us who have, I have a 12-year-old son who have families and children and people we take care of, and not just ourselves. So it gets tough. So set attainable goals, start really small, hit those goals, get a win, feel better about yourself, gain some confidence, hit the next goal. Have a big goal, have it set already, and have an idea of when you're getting there, and if you're consistently setting long-term and then short-term very attainable goals, because we all need those little wins to kind of boost us up and pat our back and go, you're doing good, so we can continue to be successful. Personal motto is that there's kind of two. One is everybody is an athlete. We all think the athletes are this elite group of people. There are people who are genetically blessed, and I think that we're all athletes. We just have to find that within us. And the same thing with strength, that strength is not something that's a privilege, is something that all of us have inside of us that's waiting for us to discover. So that strength begins within yourself. So finding that, and don't worry about where you are or how much weight you can lift. That's silly things that men do. We just focus on being strong and going on and keeping on. And I think that fitness is a great way to help empower women to be strong and be confident.